One of the largest factors that makes LEGO sets rise in value after it retires is demand. A great way we can gauge demand is by looking at Amazon sales data. Amazon shares top 100 lists of the best-selling products in each of their preset categories. LEGO falls under the building sets category, so by looking at that list, we can see what the best-selling LEGO sets are. I went through this list and pulled out the top 10 best-selling LEGO sets that are currently projected to retire at the end of this year. I do want to note that this list does change frequently, so if you check right now, the list will likely be a little different. In this video, I'm going to discuss these 10 sets on a bit higher level than I normally do. I'm going to mainly focus on the supply and demand numbers, Keepa charts, as well as my general investing thoughts for these sets. I'll start off at number 10 with the Lamborghini Countach, set number 76908. It has an MSRP of $19.99, released in March of 2022, so it'll have a 2-year and 10-month shelf life if it retires at the end of this year. As you may have seen with my last video, I'm going to be integrating Keepa charts much more often into my videos. Now that I'm moving my business over to Amazon, it's critical that I study the data from my selling platform, not just eBay like I have in the past. For anyone still selling on eBay, don't worry, I'm still going to include those numbers in future videos. We're in the slow season for LEGO sales, so these demand numbers honestly aren't going to be too impressive compared to what we see during Q4. This set has sold over 2,000 units in the past month on Amazon, making it the 10th highest selling retiring LEGO set at the moment. Looking back at the Keepa chart for demand over last Q4, at its peak it sold 30,000 sets. This is without a doubt a very popular set. There's also a new large $180 version of the Countach being released on July 4th. This is definitely a plus in my book for this set. It keeps this car on the radar for LEGO fans and people who may not be able to afford that $180 set. They'll be much more inclined to pay, say, $50 for this one. It's also important to note this is one of the last Speed Champion sets with that $19.99 price point. They're now going to $24.99 and even $26.99. That does give this set a boost in perceived value, but I do think it's worth noting that most likely LEGO investors will be focusing on this set as well as the other two $20 sets more. That opens the door for the higher priced $25 sets to potentially rise in value more if there's less supply, so that's just something to consider. At number 9, we have the Swamp Adventure set number 21240. It has an MSRP of $9.99, released in January of 2023, so it'll have a 2-year shelf life. From number 10 to number 9, we do have a big jump from 2,000 sold a month up to 4,000 sold a month for this set. Looking at the price history for the set, we see that Q4 last year, it went out of stock from Amazon, and the price rose significantly up to $18 because demand overtook the amount of supply that was available from third-party sellers. On this second chart that shows the number of sellers, we see that before Q4, there weren't too many sellers, only 16 or so, but then once people saw how high the price went when Amazon went out of stock, the number of sellers shot up and now it's hovering around 55. That's still not too bad when you consider that all of those sellers combined only have about 300 units in total. I think this set has a fairly easy chance to hit $20 in retirement on Amazon, so if I have an opportunity to pick up a good amount of these around $6.50, I will consider buying. The Sword Outpost set number 21244 is at number 8, has an MSRP of $44.99, released in January of 2023, so it will also have a 2-year shelf life. So we have back-to-back Minecraft sets here. This set is also selling 4,000 a month. Out of all the retiring Minecraft sets this year, visually, this set stands out the most to me. We see that it's been very popular throughout its shelf life, selling 30,000 sets over last Q4. The Minecraft theme has generally been a dud over the past couple years due to it being incredibly oversaturated in the aftermarket. Going into this year, I was hopeful that we'd see a lot of people start to give up on this theme due to the poor performance. That looks to be the case, at least for this set in particular. It's had a conservative 30 sellers most of its life, and recently it's really dropped off and is currently under 15. With the Minecraft movie slated to come out in mid-2025, it potentially looks like the perfect storm for this theme, especially if some of the sets retiring this year have characters or locations featured in that movie. Moving on to the Supersonic Jet set number 31126, MSRP of $19.99, released in March of 2022, so it'll have a 2-year and 10-month shelf life. This set is also selling 4,000 a month currently. There's a good sized group of LEGO plane collectors out there. Sets that resemble real planes are popular, but it's even better if it resembles a military plane. In the comment section of some review videos, I've seen some people make comparisons between this set and a few real life models, so that's definitely a plus. The demand for it is definitely worth acknowledging. Paired with the generally low supply, it's currently sitting at just about 20 sellers. But I'm not going out of my way to buy this set for investing. If I see it for around 40% off, I may pick some up. Next, we have the Off-Roader Adventures set number 60387. Has an MSRP of $29.99, released in January of 2023, so it will have a 2-year shelf life. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I'm not one to take risks on City or friend sets, especially when I was selling on eBay. Now that I'm transitioning into Amazon, I've seen City sets appreciate in value much better than on eBay. My previous price target for pretty much any LEGO City set was a deep 70% off clearance, but for some I'm easing up a bit on. For this set in particular, it sold 5,000 in the past month and currently has 31 sellers. I'm not super compelled by this set. The one rabbit included in it isn't unique, so I don't see what else would drive high demand to the set in retirement. I'm staying away unless I can get it for over 50% off. At number 5, we have the Ferrari 812 Competizone, set number 76914. It has an MSRP of $24.99, released in March of 2023, so it will only have a 1-year and 10-month shelf life. This is the second Speed Champion set on this list, and it's from that more expensive wave. It's selling 5,000 a month currently. It's actually selling the most units of any Speed Champion set available by a good margin. This brings me back to my point about these higher Speed Champion sets that are retiring may turn out to have better returns in retirement. There are only 34 sellers on this listing, while there are 46 on the Lamborghini, not to mention that this set has a year less of shelf life. I still want to get a good discount on any Speed Champion set. A 20% discount will never be enough for me. It just doesn't work for my investing strategy. I'd have to sell this set for $55 on Amazon to double my money after shipping and fees, and in my opinion, that is not going to happen within a year and a half after retirement. With that in mind, I'd need 40% off to pick this set up. At that price, I'd need to sell it for $43, which I believe is much more achievable to reach on Amazon. Electric sports car, set number 60383. It has an MSRP of $9.99, released in January of 2023, so it will have a 2-year shelf life. This is another small city set here selling for $5,000 a month with 60 sellers. In my opinion, the only thing driving demand for this set is just because it's a cheap set that people can buy as a gift. It could hit $20, so at that price, I'd need at least 40% off. At number 3, we have the Mandalorian N1 Starfighter Microfighter, set number 75363. It has an MSRP of $15.99, released in August of 2023, so it will only have a 1-year and 5-month shelf life. This set has recently been seeing very significant discounts from places like Amazon, Target, and Walmart. Since May, it's been sitting at $9.19, which is 43% off. Over the past month alone, it sold 9,000 units on Amazon, so a ton of supply has been sold at this discounted price. I personally picked up over 60 of the set recently from Target for an average cost of just $7.45. I would be concerned with all of the discounted inventory out there, but I believe that at the price I got them at, it's pretty much the floor for this set. And even throughout these deep sales, the supply numbers from third-party sellers has dropped. There are currently only 25 sellers, and the lowest third-party seller is set at above MSRP. Additionally, over last Q4, we see that Amazon sold over 50,000 of this set. I'm feeling great about it at 50% off or more, so if I'm able to pick up more around that $7.45 mark, I definitely will. The Skeleton Dungeon is at number 2, set number 21184, has an MSRP of $34.99, released in August of 2022, so it will have a 2-year and 5-month shelf life. This is now the third Minecraft set. It's currently selling 6,000 sets a month. While this is less than the last set, I think it's because Amazon is using less than the last 30 days to determine their top selling sets ranking. It could be weekly or even daily. We see on Keepa that the sales velocity is consistently strong for the set and peaked last Q4 at around 10,000 sets sold. If I see this set on a significant discount of 50% off or more, I may pick some up, but I'm not going out of my way to invest in this set. At number 1, this set may surprise you. We have the Motorcycle Chase Spider-Man vs. Doc Ock, set number 76275. It has an MSRP of $9.99, released in just January of 2024, so it will have a year shelf life. I'm really liking this set. I think it's a solid sleeper, especially for people who utilize Amazon FBA. It's selling 6,000 sets a month and will have a very short shelf life. The Doc Ock figure is unique, valued at $6, and the Spider-Man figure is valued at around $3. The supply on Amazon is low as well, just 26 sellers, and according to Keepa, combined, those sellers only have 106 total units. I was able to pick up over 60 of this set from Target recently for an average cost of $6.47, and at that price, I'm very high on this set. Alright, those are the top 10 highest in-demand retiring LEGO sets at this time. As I said, this list changes constantly throughout the year, especially around holidays. Before I wrap up the video, I just want to make sure it's clear that demand is not the only factor to consider when deciding if a LEGO set is a good investment. Buy price, shelf life, supply, retailer exclusivity, and continued collectability are just a few other factors that you should be considering. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like and subscribe to my channel for more weekly LEGO investing content. And comment down below if you're investing in any of the sets discussed in this video. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, my videos are not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only sharing my journey as a LEGO investor, and I encourage you to do your own research before buying any LEGO sets.